Oh, you are on the beach, indeed. It's well, you've gone to bed, haven't you? After your previous night. So just to sort of recap on stuff that you've heard. Well, I mean, just to sort of quickly recap on the game. You woke up in that temple. You made your way along the bottom and the top of the ocean towards these metal structures where you found a kind of industrial fishing operation going on. And then you individually made your way over to the island where you found a village of those blue-faced people. And it's the harvest coming up. The giant space crabs mating season's about to start. And just to sort of flesh out a bit of your Aztothic memory, and sort of as you're overhearing conversations of people, what's going on. Your memory tells you that there is a milestone for G5 to complete. Him being an outcast, one of his milestones is alleviating the suffering of people who are oppressed or dispossessed, I think is the way it's phrased. But either way, yeah, there are some people that have been outcast and dispossessed that you could help. But it depends on your perspective. That chap that you met, Hakow, I think his name is. Let me just check. The robot guy that said that you could come and help him the next day. Nikau, sorry. Nikau. Very popular alien name. So you've got this village, and you realise that, well, on the moon you've got this corporation that's fishing, and that seems to be the main industry that's going on. A lot of people in this village have decided, sod that, we're going to go it alone. What's stopping us from, just catching these crabs? One of them could feed the village for a week. Let's go into business for ourselves and tell the corporation to, sod off. And obviously the corporation don't like that, so they're trying everything they can to sort of make their lives, crap. So there's stuff on this planet that they haven't got, It's hard to make clothes and buildings and crap like that. That's all provided by the corporation, so they're kind of starving with that.
Got no infrastructure.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So you could think that they're the oppressed and that you want to help them out.
I see the corporation more as being oppressed by these ungrateful people who want to live like some sort of nomads. When, the generous shareholders, I'm sure, have got their best interests in mind.
I suppose, yeah, you could.
The poor CEO, man, he must be, think about the stress.
Yeah.
This is adding to his workload.
Well, the other thing,
There's a really loud crunching or cracking constantly over this. What is it?
I can't hear it.
Can no one else hear it?
No.
Stop now.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, the other person that's surprised, apart from obviously the poor CEO, is Nikau, who was from this village, but he's sort of got himself a decent job looking after the robot. And all the villagers think he's a bit of a, what's the word? You know what I mean? A bit of a sellout.
A blackleg.
A blackleg, possibly. Black sheep, maybe.
Okay. And this is because he's still working for the corporation?
Yeah. And he's a local lad. I suppose, well, they're all local to the moon, but like I say, this village on this island have all shunned the corporation except for Nikau. So, as you sort of, this is popping into your head, S2, and obviously your sympathies for the big corporation as well. You hear conversations to this effect as well. So, Yeah. If you want to tick off your milestone G5 as an outcast, you got to find someone that you feel is being outcast and help them. S2, if you want to get your milestone of helping someone, G5's the helping another Promethean pass their milestone. You can help G5. And S1, your milestone of suffering more torture than a human could bear. You have a feeling there's plenty of opportunities for that along the way. You haven't won all the villages over chopping the leg off that teenager. It sparked an interesting debate. There's one blue-faced guy that won't shut up about it, and he's talking over the top of everyone else with his opinions of what this means. Is it moral for a robot to chop off the leg of a teenager, otherwise that teenager would die, or should he have maybe just held out his arm and pulled her into the boat? Who knows? But yeah, that's it. The star will be rising in the sky in a few hours. You can see some people have got busy. And the other thing, of course, you hear some of the villagers, what they're planning to do on the harvest is trying to capture one of these space crabs themselves and, starting life as an independent island village.
Insurrection, man. Insurrection.
So how do you all feel about these things and what direction?
What? Sorry. So these locals want to seize one of these towers? Did you say?
Oh no, sorry, one of the crabs.
They just want a crab.
Yeah,
and they're going to
do with the crab?
Eat it. Eat
Oh,
it.
right, okay.
Use its shell for boats and.
Right. Okay. So they just want to. Well,
Kickstart the independence.
right.
Show the other islanders that it's possible, and show the corporation they're not needed.
Great.
But there's this guy. What's his name? Tuareg. What was his name again?
Nico.
Don't know about him.
Tuaregs must be the other guy who's shouting.
Yeah.
Tuareg's the instigator on the island. He's the one that wants to, tell the
write that
corporation to fuck off. I will as well. Tuareg.
If you got it as Tuareg, I thought you said Tuareg.
Yeah.
Insurrectionist.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's a bit weird. Why is it in that? But the other guy was, what was his name again? Sorry.
Nico. I don't want to say anything offensive about the culture where I got these names from online, but they're not the most easily pronounceable. So you know who you are.
Yeah.
Which country. But yeah.
Nico.
Nikau.
Oh, it's done that thing again. Right, okay, so, and he is, he's a potential bit of an outcast, is he?
The village as a whole are outcasts, yeah.
Yeah, but he's an outcast.
He was all right, wasn't he, Nico?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
All right.
Nico's an outcast from the village. Yeah, he seemed okay.
Yeah, I suppose actually, there's a couple of ways of looking at it. I mean, I could, we could help Nico out because he's outcast, relatively speaking, from the group. He doesn't think the same as the group. Or help the whole village become outcasts. No, that's not right, is it?
Well, I think that's going to be much harder. I think it'll be easier to deal with Nico because it's just one person.
That's true.
And I think it'd be interesting to take a sort of contrary view of it and think, think about how much investment the corporation must have done in terraforming the island, providing these people with robots, giving them the means by which to, earn a living and survive on a nice planet. It's not like, they've been put on the mining planet of Thor. They've been put on a planet with, there's a few space baboons and shit, but hey.
They've got barbecue.
Yeah.
They seem like they're doing all right.
They really need to be more grateful.
Compared
like
to what
Nico, he's a loyal guy. Good on him. Or do we go the other way? Because I can be morally flexible on this.
Yeah.
Are we helping Nick out?
Because
if we help Nick out, you could end up getting tortured. That's one.
Yeah, I could always get a bit tortured. I'd go with helping Nick out anyway. I reckon as one of the first people with a human opinion or a humanoid opinion that we've met, I reckon I'm just ready to fall straight in line with his way of thinking.
Mm. Yeah, that would make sense as well, wouldn't it?
Right, well, Nick, I want you to turn up basically to work and help, do your bit to help out.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So you're getting back in your crab shell boat and headed off before dawn, or are you?
Yeah. What happened to the pod that you stole?
Yeah, well, they've took the pod off us, haven't they?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I suppose you did steal it. Yeah, let's crab shell it back to the wherever we go.
I like our crab shell boat, man. I think it's definitely us,
Yeah.
Right, well, you head your way back. The riptides are behaving themselves this morning, so it only takes you about half an hour or so, just as the sort of first light's coming up.
Those riptides on this planet, man.
Yeah,
You gotta watch.
Very unpredictable.
Oh, right, so they can't be sort of timed and tracked and used.
Maybe, there's an underlying pattern to it all.
Well, I'm a scientist and I'm quite intelligent. Can I try and deduce that so in future we will be able to use the riptides to our advantage?
Yeah, go on, give us a roll. What is
Science and intelligence?
Yeah.
So we're on a moon, aren't we? I'm thinking a moon actually is going to have massive tides.
Yeah.
A lot of gravity from that planet.
Yeah, they're very changeable. Well, they change very fast from one direction to another. So at the moment, they're flowing away from the island to these things, so it'd be a good time. And it's roughly every so often. I'd say
every 20 minutes.
Yeah, remember that you've made that roll, and when you're next assessing the tides, I'll let you know.
I'll roll with advantage.
Makes sense.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll make a note. I know.
You know the tides.
I know the riptides.
And yeah, as you get there, you can see people are starting to work. There's there's a fair few robots already at work, checking dials, moving crates, running through drills, and there's a few of those blue-skinned guys as well. And you see Nick out on a sort of balcony here. If you can see that, with his clipboard, checking all the robots.
Oh.
He spots you, unless you're not approaching stealthily, are you? Or
I'm not sure we've got good stealth in this crab boat.
Not in the crab boat.
Good point, yeah. He sees you. You can see him sort of giving a wave from down there.
Where are you, Nico?
Hi, Nico.
Oh, there you are. Hiya.
Hola, friends. Make your way up. Good to see you. You can climb up the service ladder. I mean, it's 10 stories, but it's not like you're going to get tired or anything.
Dink, 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 dink. Sorry, people can't see the movements that went along with that noise.
They were impressive.
They were very good.
Very immersive.
G5 looked a bit bemused.
Yep.
You get up to his balcony. Hola! We're just getting ready, testing all the lowering and raising mechanisms.
Has he got like, is there a lot of like switches and lights near him?
Yeah, yeah.
I go over to him and start twisting them.
No, get away from there. He sort of pushes you off. Don't be touching those.
Oh, just adjusting.
No, don't you adjust it. Yeah, that's not the.
I turn around and stop.
Yeah, that's not really helping. Right, well.
Just mash my hands on the display. No, I refrain. I try my best to refrain. Sorry, Nico.
Right. I'll keep my eye on you. You two others, you look like you're ready to help.
Oh, yeah.
I know about computers and stuff, though, Nico. I can run this for you.
Yes, clearly. Now, you stay away from all the buttons unless I tell you to, okay?
Yeah, it looks like you need some help around here.
Yeah,
So,
give us a disquiet roll, S2.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't do much.
Yeah.
you did enough.
You did.
Right. Okay. Can I just roll this first, just so I know what I was looking at?
No, give us your disquiet roll. You're out, well.
Oh, gutted. Right. What do I roll for disquiet again?
That's just one.
He's got one disquiet, has he?
No, just roll your Azoth.
Oh, Miazoth. Right.
So roll 1d10. Right, you're okay. He got quite a good roll there, actually.
Okay. Well, maybe someone else should talk to Nick out for a minute.
Well, I think it's more the smashing of the buttons that he doesn't approve. So, right, you fellas, you ready for a hard day? It's always busy when it's harvest day.
I live for labour.
Yeah, I mean, so do I. For all I know, I don't know. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, well, we've got to make sure these nets are going to work. Because when the crabs come in, we've got to get a good old capture of them. And then at the right moment, we release the nets, and then that'll keep them in place till the ship comes to pick them up. So your job will be to go out on the outside and check that there's no obstructions in the sliding mechanism. You see where he sort of points round. You see this block here? There's like what you probably can't see is the rails going down into the sea along the side. That's where the net goes up and down. So if you two wouldn't mind climbing out and just having a look, make sure there's nothing stuck in there. We should be ready. We've probably got about 6 hours till the crabs come.
Right, yeah, I'm up for this.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, he hands you a sort of crude, like multi-tool. Says if you know that should do you. Clearing any blockages or repairing any minor damage.
Seems straightforward enough.
Excellent.
Right. Well, you climb out. I'm assuming that you're moving cautiously and not, or are you trying to go as fast as you can?
Moving reasonably cautiously, I would.
Yeah, reasonable. I wouldn't say too cautiously because I think the robotic mindset would be, I'd say efficiently.
Right.
Yeah. Start cautious, see how we get on, and then, speed up to an appropriate speed.
Fair.
Seems like a sensible robot-y way of doing things.
Well, you move out fairly cautiously. You can feel there is a fair bit of wind and sea spray here, so it's probably wise not to be going too fast. And as you get down, you can see that there's quite a lot of blockages actually. Lots of big space limpets have, taken root in there, and rocks and seaweed and stuff. gunking up the mechanisms.
This place is a mess.
I
What did the last guy die of?
Sorry?
What did the last guy die of?
Well, he was never alive. You can see there's other robots moving fairly slowly. To be honest, you look at me, you think they're clearly. Well, give us an intelligence and science.
Intelligence and science. I'll give that a go.
Yeah, it'd be best if you did that. Oh,
Really?
no.
Are you not very scientific?
No, actually, I have got science. I've just realised that. Yeah.
I've got 5 dots in total, so that seems reasonable. There you go. Oh, sorry about the Azoth. I'll try that again, shall I?
Yeah, go
on. 1 second. Where's the Azoth? Oh, there it is.
all right.
Has someone done it?
Yeah, someone's done S1. Yeah, you've got it.
Yeah,
there,
cool.
Yeah.
No, mine's gone wrong. It's asked for intelligence and wit.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, right. Okay.
We got there in the end.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
They're not these robots that you see. They're not in very good repair. They look fairly old. Not like you guys, sort of ridiculously old, but old.
Do we look old?
Well, in a way. I mean, it's hard to tell whether you look old or
at,
completely different type of technology.
Yeah, I'm looking at S1 and I'm looking at these robots and I'm thinking, and S2, and I'm thinking, how do we compare? Do we look like a superior technology?
See, that's
awesome?
A tough question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
You look superior to these ones,
Right.
but whether or you look like you're a superior robot individual, whether the method of that they've been created by is better, if you understand what I mean. Like you which way around? I suppose they look like. If you had a computer in the 60s, it was like a giant warehouse size computer. And then you've got a computer in, well, probably the 80s that's technically better than it. Well, technically a little bit worse than it, but given that it's, the size of a pocket calculator versus the building is, So you're a better robot, but probably made in a more inefficient way.
Right, gotcha.
So, would it be fair to say that they're more mass-produced and we're more made with love?
No. You're fairly massive. In fact, if anything, it's the other way around. But really, it's more that you're a higher model from last generation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you're the GeForce TI, whereas they're the next generation standard model of graphics card. And they're old, in disrepair, and just taking their time doing things. So you reckon you could, get this done a lot quicker and be more efficient, or you could relax and fit in with the group. It's up to you.
Well, I'll tell you that. Well, I'll tell you what. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to immediately be distracted from what it is we're actually supposed to be down here doing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and strike up a conversation with one of these robots if I can. Yeah, is there a robot nearby that I can have a chat with?
Yeah, a few stories down, you can find there's one that's sort of basically pushing at a limpet with a hammer, very slowly trying to knock it off, but almost like a teenager on work experience, just sort of tickling at it.
Mm-hmm.
He turns to you. How can I be of service?
I was just wondering, how long have you been doing this job? I mean, do you enjoy doing this sort of thing? Is this Is this where you imagined your life would be? I don't know. I just wanted to, see how you were doing.
Do not
How you doing?
understand dialogue. Have been in this protocol for 10-year units.
That's 10. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's enough time to be really good at the job, I would imagine.
I am
10 years.
in protocols.
Do you enjoy it?
Do not understand the dialogue.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I like your veiled criticism of this man's work.
Yeah. Have you got any tips for the best way of getting these things off? These
Follow
limpet-
protocols.
Okay.
That is the best way.
I'll tell you what. I'll just copy you. Thanks. It was a great conversation.
Do not understand the dialogue.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to work very hard, and I'm looking at it. It's the safety of the system, and yeah, I've just got to do my best job. I'm going to work quickly and efficiently.
Excellent. Well, give us a. Have you got athletics? Give us a wits and athletics to see if you can figure out how best to sort of maneuver yourself.
Wits and athletics. Okay.
Shall we all have a go at this? And
Yeah, if you wanted to work, huh? Right.
There's my athletics.
Mm-hmm.
very good with athletics.
Oh,
It's the same one. Yeah.
good athletics. Are you giving us a athletics roll, S2?
My athletics ability
Paul.
has been compromised by poor choices, poor life choices, man.
Could be going to the bottom of the sea, man. But there's cleaning need doing there.
Yeah.
To be honest,
No,
from what
I'm
I've
not
been-
working, man. I'm looking at the computer, man. Have I worked out what this computer does that he won't let me touch? Let me
No.
roll it. This is intelligence and computer.
Oh, hang on a second.
It's just the panel for controlling the nets.
Right.
Highly complex panel.
This
So
is-
are you working
up
with
and
these
down.
guys or?
I'm trying to get Nick out. I can help you with the panel. I understand it now. I have assessed it, and I can operate it far more efficiently.
So you're on the side of the tower now, Nick, to get it on with his work. Yeah. So this is a athletics role to see how well you can work if you wanted to work. But he's gone to get on with what he's doing, and he's ushered you guys out.
Yeah, he doesn't want to speak to us anymore.
Yeah. he's
Guys,
got
I
work.
appreciate, man, how much we're
So what are you doing? Are you
for it.
clear? Yeah. So what he's asked you to do is clear out all the gunk from the sort of the mechanism on the nets. So are you doing that, or are you just sort of standing watching, or?
To be honest, the
is that what we're all doing? Is that what we're all
That's
supposed to
what
be
you're all
doing? Yeah.
doing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I motivate these two.
you don't need to motivate us very much. These guys work incredibly slowly. They'll be amazed. If one of us works like half speed, I reckon we'll probably do the work of three of these guys.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be asked, and also they don't seem to be able to hold a conversation, which is a bit weird.
They've got no passion for the work, and
No, I'm just I'm just standing around. I'm sure that might garner some attention at some point, but yeah, I'm not got any athletics and got no real wits either.
Well, you guys work quite efficiently. You're getting a look at all the sort of the computers, and what the machines do while you're out there. And yeah, it's mainly what's in front of you is the net thing, but you can see that there's a sort of pipe that you reckon might be some spray some form of chemical out, and indeed every sort of few minutes you see it sort of mist a kind of a spray of liquid into the sea, pink liquid. And with your intelligence and computer roll, you work out that must, and from the fishy smell, it's probably some kind of sea crab pheromone that they're spraying out into the sea.
Yeah, I wonder if I could help S1 by spraying him with crab pheromone and pushing him into the sea.
It's an idea. I was thinking of something along similar lines.
I mean, yeah.
S1, would you consider my plan to help you achieve your goal?
I kind of would, but I was thinking of it more from the genuine martyr's perspective. I was thinking back to the kid's leg that I cut off, and I was thinking, if one of these crabs went sick, I'd happily douse myself in crab pheromone and, you know, wrestle it to the...
Yeah, I'm not sure self-sacrifice and masochism are quite the same thing.
No. But yeah, I've been thinking of what I could save somebody with this stuff at some point.
Well, yeah, you do a good job.
Can we collect something anyway? Is there any way? Have we got like some way of collecting stuff? Collect a vial of. Have we got like?
Yeah, have we got a secret pocket?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, we're robots. We're about to have stuff like that, I would imagine.
You don't at the moment, and you know, you look at the other robots, and you see that they have, and they've clearly been built with a more.
We can create a container though with our nanobots.
You could, yeah.
Do we have to? Well, you have to put your health into that, don't you, and stuff. But
yeah. So you could create a jar. I mean, what you could do if you put a couple of health points into it, you could create a long, like what's it? In Ghostbusters 2, they've got that scoop for picking the slime out the sewers. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You could create one of those and get yourself a scoop of pheromones.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right, cool. No, well, that's so basically, it's like you've lost 2 health permanently, but once you'll get it back once you reform with your thing.
Yeah.
Right. Well, give us another athletics roll then to sort of lean yourself out along the side and capture a scoop when this thing sprays.
Okay, so with my sort of semi-hand-like footman, I try and grab onto a bit of, get some purchase on something and lean
can I
out.
have a dice or something? Can I hold on to him and help him lean out?
Oh, the old athletics.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
It's a good roll anyway. Yeah, how do you help out in this game? Is there a way of doing it?
I think I'd have to look it up, but I believe what it is if you do the roll, then however many successes you get, he gets to add as dice. If you know what I mean. So say you got 2 successes, he'd get 2 extra dice to his dice pool.
Oh right, okay. Right, I see. Right. So if I'm the one helping, I just roll to help and then add that, and then he adds that as a modifier.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
Cool.
I like
Anyway.
that.
Yeah. Didn't need it though. On this occasion.
Is that your? Yeah, that's your latest one. So you scoop this. It's maybe about a pint of this pink fish-smelling liquid. But you realise that you are a bit stuck. The other robots you can see have been built more utilitarianly, if that's the word, with hooks and pouches on them. I suppose, we can assume. Did you make it with a hook on it, this thing, so you can clip it onto, your robot rib cage, I assume?
I suppose so. If that would have made sense to me when I'm looking at the other robots, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, you can hook it onto yourself then. I suppose you've got your lightsabers as well.
Sorry, can I just ask something?
Yeah.
When we form one of these objects, and like, so we like decide what it's going to be. Once it's made, then are we able to reform it just by command? Can we not? Could he not just say, "Oh, actually, nanites, create a hook onto the box"? If he hadn't already done that, hypothetically speaking, because obviously he had done that.
Yeah, not really. No, you'd have to sort of absorb it back into you and do it. So,
right.
Yeah,
obviously. Okay. One for the propeller heads.
Yeah.
Right, so you got some crab pheromone. Old Nick Owl pops his head out and looks, and you can see that you've done quite a bit of work. And he's like, "Oh, you guys go a fair old pace, don't you? Looks like you got the whole thing cleared." Right, well,
It's not particularly difficult work, to be honest.
Well,
I think your robots have got some motivational issues.
I'm just moving my arms up and down. Like I'm operating some kind of like panel that's not there.
I reckon you're getting reprogrammed, man.
Yeah.
Can I get you a cup of tea, Nico? I can make a good cup of tea.
Oh, I'm all right for tea. You've got that one covered.
Space tea, mate. Good old space tea. I mean.
Anyway, you were asking about the robots. They're not the best, but we make do. You know, we could do with some more, but what the corporations like, they're bloody bastards for these things.
Still, I suppose they're cheap to run. I would imagine you don't have to pay them or anything.
Oh no, of course not. You don't pay robots. I hope you guys aren't looking for the wages. I've not got much myself.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I've not got much myself, so.
No, but I mean, sorry, I was thinking about the bit that you said before. Oh yeah.
You not getting wages. A robot wanting wages, that's a good one. I must say, this model, the UI, I'm 100% sure why they programmed you with a sense of humour, but I must say I'm appreciating it. Makes the day go a lot faster.
Quite.
And you still don't remember who you are or where you came from, other than you washed up on an island with no memory.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, just remember an angel. I mean, I've got a vague understanding of, you know how you know when you're sort of like, I don't know, it's difficult to explain. You just kind of like understand. I don't know. It's difficult to explain. You sort of have a vague idea of what to do, like where to put your legs and stuff. It's difficult to explain, like I say. But yeah, beyond that, I've no idea. I have no memory other than a weird angel and space baboons.
You see him stare across over at the island wistfully for a moment. I envy you. Sometimes it'd be nice not to remember where you came from. Still, we have to do what we have to do. I've chosen a life on the corporation. That's the life for me.
I think I was programmed as a counselling robot. You can tell me your problems and I'll empathise. There.
Right, well, have you got any empathy?
I think that's one of the few traits I do have.
All right.
I'm quite empathic, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm reasonably empathic.
How empathic?
I've got 2 points of empathy.
See, I've got 4.
Wow, you went all in on the empathy, didn't you?
I did, really.
What is it? Empathy and what?
Empathy and manipulation.
Oh, now that's where I have got my points.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, G5, do you want to help him again to give him even more points? Or
do I help?
yeah, either way. Well, I suppose you started the conversation, S2. So yeah, G5, if you want to sort of.
Should I do the help?
Yeah.
I'll do the help. Yeah, so I'll roll first, and then hang on a second, and then is that right? No, that's not right. Yes, it is.
Oh no, it's not. It's manipulation and empathy.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know how that happened. Manipulation and empathy. 1 second, I'm sure I did.
Actually, given that you're helping, you roll your wits and empathy because you're trying to spot these things.
All right, I'll do it again then. Wits and empathy.
Either wits.
That's
and empathy.
even better. Right, here we go. Wits and empathy. Yeah, we're all good. It's mostly complicated. Here we go. 3 successes. Beautiful.
3 extra dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You-
stick
if you
3
roll-
modifiers onto you, whatever it is you roll.
So I'm going to roll it, and then I'm going to add 3 modifiers. And submit.
Oh,
Right. Well.
The modifiers did it.
it
Without
looks
the
like it.
modifiers, there'd be no success. I bet I'll have a look at the breakdown. No, it wasn't. But that's what I'd like to have thought.
Cool. Well, he does. You can see he keeps looking at the island, and there's something on his mind. Between
Is there a woman? Is there a girl over there that you're missing? I'm a dating robot as well. I can give you advice.
Oh no!
Grab the pussy. Grab the pussy.
Always grab the book.
I was programmed by a president.
Right. I assume you're not actually saying that, are you? Or
I suggest I'm a dating robot.
dear. I've no need for a dating robot friend. Anyway, let's get back to work. Enough of this nonsense. You've got another side to do, and then we'll do our first test. Right.
Test.
Yeah, we'll do a quick test of the necks, see if they're working. And
Ah,
then,
of course, yes.
we'll get back to it.
I live for work.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, apparently so do I.
Oh yeah.
My work ethic is questionable.
Your concentration is the problem, I think. So they lead you. He sends you out the other way. You go through a maintenance room that's got lots of sort of where the other robots get repaired, and you can see sort of bits of their casing and chassis, and all the maintenance stuff is there.
Oh, hang on. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, so there's various bits of. I mean, you were saying before the other robots have got loads of like utility bits on them. Mm-hmm. Is there anything in this room that we could maybe, borrow and enhance ourselves with?
Yeah.
And is there anyone amongst us who can actually do that?
Has anybody got crafts?
I do.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Wits and crafts. I've always crafted off my wits.
Right. Well, yeah, wits and crafts could craft yourself some stuff. You could make sort of, utility belts with places to hang stuff, like your laser swords, which.
Well, I'll tell you what. I might as well try and help. I've not got much craft.
Yeah, give us a bit of help, G5.
Yeah, I'll. 1 second. Yeah, I help as much as I can. What does that say? -3.
Oh,
is that right? -3. Why is it -3?
Oh, because it's a physical.
it's
no,
a mental
mental
skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. No, that's not good.
How are your crafts, S2?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, right. Have you got some craft S1? Were you gonna
Yeah,
suggest?
yeah, I'm just crafting us some, like, belts and stuff that we can hook things on.
No, I can't craft anything, man.
Yeah. Well, apparently you get -3 if you can't craft, so it's worth almost nothing.
But yeah, it don't look like you needed much help there anyway. So yeah, you craft kind of like a utility harness. You've got with lots of pouches to put stuff in, hooks to hook things on, such as your pheromones and your laser sword.
Can I reabsorb that now then and decant the pheromone into something and put it in a pouch?
Yeah.
Decant in pheromone, man. You mean pour it in something? How do you say decant it?
Well,
Aliquot in the pheromones.
yeah.
You could pet it into a. What you find that something big enough to hold it is a robot head that's had the sort of brain circuits taken out. You could fill that up.
That'll do.
And,
Sorry, mate.
I like this look, man. When I hook the emptied head on, I look and I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's a striking look. It's a striking. There's room for
So
many.
these are the tweaky robots, aren't they? Are they?
These are the what? Sorry.
The tweaky robots, the Buck Rogers style.
Yes. Yeah. So
you got one of those heads.
yeah, it's got
to
a.
your,
Have a look at his face there. So yeah, you've basically got that hanging from your.
full of pheromones.
Yeah. It's got kind of pink eyes, as the pheromone coming through.
Bitty, 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 that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Right, so you're climbing out, getting back to work.
Yep.
Give us your athletics rolls to see how well you can get this one scrubbed.
I just pace up and down behind them.
Cool.
I'm ready to prove my athleticism.
As am I. Not quite as ready, but sufficiently ready.
I'm just pointing to the bits. Clean that bit. There you go. You missed a bit. That bit there. Now do that bit.
Yeah, sure.
I appreciate the guidance.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Yeah, you get it cleaned and you're even faster before S1. So Nick Howe comes out and he's like, "Oh, blimey, you really do go at it, don't you?" Right, well, I think we can hang on for a bit. When the other towers falling behind us a minute, but when they're ready, we'll do a quick test and make sure these nets are working, and then hopefully it won't be long till we can start gathering some crabs up.
Brilliant.
So he starts pottering about. Do you want is there anything you want to say to him while this is happening? Do you want another go at empathy, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and strike up a conversation with the guy. Just ask him about his life, and he was talking before. He mentioned before that I don't know. I'm going to try and get the subject round to his past and what he used to do, and because there was definitely some wistfulness going on there. What am I looking at? Wits and empathy.
Well, if you're doing the talking, it'll be manipulation and empathy.
Manipulation and empathy.
Right, can I help him then?
Yeah. If you give us the wits and empathy.
Oh, bloody things popped up. Right, yeah, here we go.
What have we got?
Cool.
Couple of helps.
Cool. Oh, well,
It's the
again,
modifiers that
all
do
about
it.
modifiers, yeah.
It is. We're helping each other, man.
Exactly. It's invaluable.
Bitty, bitty,
Yes. Well, I grew up on that little island there. And as far as I thought, it was everyone was going to work for the corporation. That's what everyone did. It's what my dad did and my granddad, and going all the way back. I don't know what happened to everyone. They all started to go off the idea and think they could make it for themselves. And I kept telling them there's nothing on here apart from crabs and trees. You know, we need clothes and food and entertainment, and that all comes from the corporation. But I don't know. Once old, what's his name, Swareg. He's a very charismatic chap, you know, and he's got them all believing that they can live on their own. I don't know. I mean, I think without these nets, we'd all be buggered from the crabs anyway. There's something about him that just doesn't sit right with me.
Swareg.
Yeah, he's one of those, you know, likes to whip people up into a frenzy, but doesn't think of the consequences.
It sounds like a nasty piece of work.
Well,
listen, I mean, I don't know whether you've noticed, but as good as we are at removing limpets from these things, I mean, our skills are elsewhere. I mean, we're not made for this line of work. Do you think there's any way we can help you with this Swareg situation? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems it's a crazy idea. I know, like you know, robots helping you with something like that, but I don't know. Let's face it. You've not met robots like us before.
That's perfectly true. Yes, you're right. I mean, I suppose. I mean, the main thing is to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid today.
Today? Oh well.
I mean,
how do you think? How would we go about that?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose no one's going to pay attention to a group of robots just sort of hanging around. Listen, we've got a couple of hours before the harvest. Maybe if you could sneak over and just, you know, be sort of moving boxes and doing some stuff and see if you can
keep an eye on him.
Keep an eye on him, yeah. Hear anything, any plans they've got of doing anything stupid today, or whether I'd put my mind at rest.
Well, no, we'd be happy to do. Well, I'd be happy to do that. I'm sure the other guys would be.
I'm more than happy.
Yeah, have we got a record? Have we got a record and playback function?
That's a good.
Yeah.
Is there like a little screen that pops up on our back or something?
You've got a projector, sort of an R2D2 style.
Oh, wicked!
You can play.
Mm-hmm. Oh, brilliant!
Yeah. That's pretty useful.
Oh well, yeah. If you wouldn't mind doing that, that'd be a real help.
Yeah, no, I think that would probably be the best thing we can do.
I'm been recording him while he's been saying this. Just in case. Take this information to Tuareg.
Yeah, well, shall we do that? Shall we find out where Tuareg's at and monitor him for seditious activity?
Cool. Right, well, while I'm remembering, everyone take 2 normal beats and 1 vitriol beat.
Oh.
Sort of scene.
Oh, hang on a second. That's put me on. Right, I now have 2 experience points, I think, and 1 vitriol beat. So I'm not sure how this works.
I've got 5 vitriol beats.
Have you got 5?
Yeah, does that mean anything? Does that get you like a vitriol?
Yeah, it's the same as the other one. So if you get 5 beats, you get 1 experience.
Yeah.
So are those
5 vitriol beats.
Yeah, and how many normal experience have you got, S2?
I've got 1, so I'm going to add this onto it, and I'll have 2.
Hang on. No, you should have more than that. So you're getting 2 normal beats, so add them to your normal experience.
Yeah, I've got. Sorry, yeah.
So what have you got?
I've got 3 beats. 3 beats, 5 vitriol beats, and 1 experience point from.
So is that 5 beats going to convert
to 1? Yeah. So you'll have a full point of vitriol experience.
Is that different to ordinary experience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So keep them. So what have you got, S1?
I don't know where I'm going to have to write this down now because I've got hardly any space for it here. Just have to call that N.
I'm just sticking it in that experience box. It's not a very big box, but it seems to.
It's not. It's
scroll.
not. It does scroll, does it?
Yeah. So I've got. I seem to have. Tell me if I'm right here. I've got 1 vitriol experience plus 2 beats, and then I've got 2 standard experience plus 1 beat.
That's right. Yeah, because you got a bit more, didn't you? Than
I did because I did something. What did I do?
You caused someone to be upset. You had a long conversation there. I think. And the guy was getting disquieted when I just started thrashing.
That's a good point.
So I think there should be some sort of role, but that's Games Master's discretion, obviously.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, you were being disturbing. I was being really nice.
Yeah, you were getting on his nerves. You were doing something very strange, and yeah.
I was being empathic. Or empathetic, or whatever the word is.
Yeah, just randomly smashing a computer was a bit of an odd thing to do. It's not 100% in character or useful to what you were doing. So. Right, so are you getting back in your crap mode?
Yeah. Need to find out where is or whatever.
Do we not fancy a walk along the sea?
Oh, well.
Or along the seabed.
Yeah.
That didn't end well last time. What was the situation last time? You just got attacked by space sharks.
S1 might like it.
Well,
might help him.
I think they might
get jellyfish.
Well, I'm thinking one of my specialisms is security systems. So the fact that we've been asked to sort of observe this guy, I'm kind of quite eager to get there and try and get a bead on this fella. Because I think I think my character does think he's been built to be some sort of protector or security guard or.
Yeah.
Right.
He was stalking.
Right. I've got a point in subterfuge and a point in streetwise. Because hey, it was the way I was made. Badly and without forethought. But these 2 things could help. Furthermore, I'm thinking you can put me in. I mean, like the corporation send entertainment or whatever. They could send me in robot form. I've got persuasion and manipulate. I'm that sort of robot. So it'd be worth thinking about how I could perhaps use some of that to try and get information out of Swarteg.
Being a bit persuasive. Yeah, you see, I'm more of an.
Under what guise could I do it? Could I do it like as a corporation robot who's just been sent to negotiate with him?
Well, we could just say we've been given instructions, I suppose. From the bosses. I mean, if they're expecting us to act like robots, if we speak to them and say that we've been given instructions to do something, then they're just going to assume that that's probably true. Otherwise, we wouldn't say it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we can lie like master con men.
Yeah, that's true. So what are you telling them then, that you've been sent from the corporation to?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe this is how it could work. I go and say something like, I've been sent from the corporation to negotiate because they've become aware of what he's planning on doing. And I want to hear what his demands are in order to, stop this insurrection. If it means maybe more rights or something. Just, I'm just there to record and listen and to hear what he wants and to see if the corporation can work with this or whether they're going to have to send a Death Star to blow the planet up. So, yeah, a large planetoid with a cannon. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, I'm not going to say things like that. I'm just going to try and be as robot-like as I can.
Right, cool.
And I might pretend to play something for the corporation to be persuasive at some point. But then it's watching what he does next, and that's where the surveillance and the security systems come in, and how we react and what he does.
All right.
I don't know. What do you reckon to that? I don't know if that's a good plan.
Yeah, I'm happy. I've got a bit of a larceny security system, so if I can get myself, I mean, given that people just ignore robots, I wonder just hanging around.
Yeah,
where
just look
cameras
busy.
are, and
Just
I mean, is
hang
there
around
any
in the
cameras?
vicinity looking busy. I don't think they'll pay any attention to us. But I mean, like what's his face said? I've forgotten his name. With all my supposed empathy.
Mikau.
That's the one.
Mikau, man.
Is this security systems here though? Is it a place that is under surveillance, or is it?
It is now.
What the village or the towers? Do you mean
The towers?
There's some. When you say under surveillance, do you mean like with like CCTV cameras or?
Yeah, like is the cameras about or listening? Like even radio systems and cameras are supposed for them to communicate.
Well, give us your wits and what is it, larceny and your security systems specialist.
Okie doke. There we go. Wits and larceny. I've got my snake specialism there.
It seems to be very minimal security and no long-range communications, sort of off-moon communications, or at least not in this tower anyway. And you can kind of guess that the other towers look fairly similar. What do you
I can hack into this tower if you want, and I can send a message to the corporation.
Well, give us a intelligence and computers. Or actually,
hacking's my specialization.
You have already done this role actually before. There aren't centralized computers in this.
Yeah.
But you could. Are you spending a bit of time sort of looking around the tower and that? And yeah, there's nothing in the tower, but you do find sort of mention and talk of like a central hub, which you can imagine that's probably where it is, which is about, you're on tower 142, it's 142 towers that way.
Okay. Tower 1.
Tower 1, you reckon's got the communication and transport and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about a mile apart, these towers.
142 miles.
Yeah. Which, to a human is a long way, but to a robot, it's not.
No, it's not, is it? We just walk it along the seabed. The safest way.
Safest way, yeah. Right, so are you heading out?
No, we'll get in the crab boat again.
Yeah.
It seems to make more sense.
Yep.
Yeah, you get in your crab boats, you head back to shore, and you can see people are up now. They look like they're all getting ready for a big party. There is, as you sort of wander around, like I say, you can see people setting up tables and barbecues and that sort of thing. And then you notice sort of around the back of the ship, sort of out of sight here, there's a group of fairly burly looking blue-skinned aliens loading up a boat full of sort of chunks of fish and space shark and that. Chum, you might call it. And you also think you might see a couple of flasks of a familiar-looking pink liquid as well. And they seem to be. Are you approaching them, or because you can see them from your boat? I suppose as your boat comes over, you can see one of them pulls out some, not Luke Skywalker, some space binoculars, and they have a look at you, and you see him pulling a bit of a funny face, but then shrugs and carries on loading the chum into the boat. So what do you do? Do you head towards them, or do you head back to the party?
Sorry, so who's doing the chum? Is this
it's
our guy?
Group of them, yeah.
It's
not Swartag, no, I don't think.
It's not Swarag, no.
Well, you're not 100% sure, but they're sort of rougher looking blue
navvies.
skin. Yeah.
Blue skin navvies.
And you notice their clothes are in a bit more disrepair than what's his name. Some of them have like crude belts made of animal skin and that.
Right. So it seems like they've gone rogue. It doesn't look like they're paid by the corporation.
They strike me that they've gone alone, because why would they be carrying pheromone personally?
I think these are the guys who've been sent out to get the crab for the village.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, give us wits and investigation or intelligence and investigation. See,
I will go with intelligence and investigation, please.
Yeah.
How's your investigation? How's your intelligence?
You can see that clearly.
Yeah, you do reckon these are loading up the ship to attract a crab, like you say. Do you reckon this?
These are rogue crabbies. Well, this is something we can definitely prevent. We can actually maybe even change our plan here. Go up to them and say we've been sent by the corporation for them to cease and desist, and if they don't, we beat them up.
We could do. I mean, we're supposed to be monitoring.
We have got a mission here, haven't we?
Yeah, we're going to have to kill these people.
But we can say that we've been sent by Nikau, and that will definitely make him an outcast. Remember, I mean, our plan is not really to help Nikau, but to make him an outcast.
Is it to make him an outcast, or is it to help the outcast?
Yeah.
Oh, he's already an outcast. Right, we're help. Right, no, okay. Sorry, I've totally gone off script there. Then. Right, no. Let's leave the navvies to it.
Well, just to clarify, what really is the outcast situation? I'm helping him out. I've identified that he's a bit of an outcast.
He's a bit of an outcast, and you want to alleviate the suffering of the outcast/outcast.
Right, cool.
And Suarez,
so we can see what you asked.
He's sort of the guy that's whipping everyone in the frenzy to say, "Let's be independent."
Yeah.
So, have a quick chat about what you want to do.
I think what we want to do is eliminate Swarag. I've got no morals.
Maybe we want to listen to him. Let's listen to him and then decide whether we want to eliminate him or not. Because what if he has quite a compelling argument?
Yeah. I mean,
we will have a compelling argument. That'll be like the best thing about it, won't it? Is that he has a compelling argument.
Well, let's listen to it.
No, but then we'll get sucked into it. We don't want to listen to this guy. We know what's right and wrong here. Nikau.
Yeah, I mean, I like Nikau.
It's just going to be the usual shit of we can survive without the corporation. They're a bunch of bastards. You know, it's not going to be anything like we can't anticipate. This guy's just gonna go on with himself about the corporation.
What if the corporation is like mutating these blue guys into crabs and it's a cannibalism cult, man? I mean, we just don't know.
No, we'll find out.
If the guy says stuff like that, we can't even be sure it's true. You know, the guy could be a bit of a David Icke style character.
Well, you say we can't be sure it's true, but I've got telepathy, so
Dear Jesus.
that helps.
No, that does help. Right, well, if this guy's got noble cause, I might switch sides.
You listen to his thoughts while I tell him that the corporation are prepared to listen to what he's got to say. And that's all I'm going to really say.
Yeah, so we're hunting down. What are we going with?
I might try and disquiet him a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it'll reveal his
go and look
motive.
for Swareg. We might go and ask these navvies where he is.
I think we might as well.
Them where he is.
Yeah, shall we go and ask them? We've been sent to find Swareg. Yeah.
Or do I just go up and you guys want to go and blend in?
What are you going to speak to the rogues?
Yeah, because if we all start talking to them and it turns bad, then at least it's only me who goes and gets disassembled.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They'll probably just try and pull me apart with 2 horses or something, or 2 space baboons running in opposite directions in a sort of primitive way. Yeah, and that'll give you plenty of chance to save me.
Yeah.
Or I'll watch.
Okay,
What's with the cold robot?
You're heading over to the shore.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, head to shore in the crab boat. S2's going to go and speak to these ruffian types. And we'll go from there.
Right, so are you all going together, or are you two going into the village? Or...
I think we'll just hang back, or we'll appear to be going in the village, but then stop and observe what happens to S2, because if they're going to pull him apart with space baboons, we're going to have to help him.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So do you want to...
Cheers, guys.
Yeah. One of us... I'll watch the village, see if Swareg turns up, and you can watch S2, see what's, Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, yeah, you pull up. You get the occasional look from these navvies. And then when you start walking up, they kind of nudge each other and look and then stop what they're doing. And they're not speaking to you, but they're just watching you as you walk up.
Greetings. I am from the corporation. I am here to speak to Swareg. Could you please help me find Swareg?
They look at one another. What the corporation want with Swareg, then? Metal
I am
man?
not authorized to speak to anyone other than Swareg about this matter. Please can you guide me to Swareg as soon as possible?
Right. Roll your Azoth.
Oh, shit. I don't know why this always freaks me out.
Right. Now, I mean, at this point in your lives, you're not too bad at the old disquiet rolls. So he's got a success, which means you've failed, but you failed to disquiet him.
Yeah.
It's a success, really.
I don't get any experience.
They sort of look at each other and shrug, and then one of them says, "Come with me, then. Let's see if he's willing to speak to you." And he takes you a bit sort of up the hill, through a bit of jungle to another house that looks sort of similar to the ones on
I trip out halfway through. Please can you take me to Swareg? Like there's a time delay where if no one's actually took me somewhere, I've just flipped back out to my...
No, he is taking you there.
Is he not taking me there? No.
No, he is taking you there.
He is taking me there. No, but I just suddenly ask in the middle, like, I've forgotten what's going on.
You're just determined to freak people out.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to freak him out.
Maybe not a good idea. To do.
Right. Okay. I thought it was more robot-like to do that sort of thing. Like I'm got.
Yeah, that's it. Like your answer phone message. Every now and then, it's just take me to swearing.
Yeah. Right. So he takes you to a house that looks a bit like this one, sort of up in the, through the jungle a bit.
So I take it we're following this guy at a reasonable distance.
Shall
we try and follow him?
Yeah, I'll follow quite a range, to be honest. A good long distance, as far back as I can be.
I'll try and be casual and get stealthy. How do you do a stealth roll? Stealth and
Bit streetwise.
Wits.
Stealth and wits. Wits and stealth. Oh, stupid thing. I'm not very good at stealth. There you go.
Well, yeah, you both sort of. No one really notices you're walking past, or if anyone does, they're not that bothered. But yeah, you get to this house. He knocks on, speaks to another guy, and then a couple of minute or so later, the door opens, and he looks older, looking blue-skinned guy with a bit of a moustache, and he's got. All of his clothes are made out of sort of leaves and animal hairs, and that he's gone full native, as it were.
He's gonna rip you apart, man.
I let the eyeball on my camera widen a bit.
So the corporation wants to speak to me, do they?
Are you Swareg?
That I am, my friend.
Voice analyzation complete. Swareg, the corporation would like to listen to what you have to say.
Would it now?
Please state your demands after the beep. Beep.
I would like to live my life as a free man. If the corporation would permit that, that would be very generous of them. Yeah, you can take that message back to your friends. And we'll
Beep. Recording complete.
It's brief
Thank
demands,
you,
man.
Swareg, for your cooperation. A member of the corporation will be in touch with you soon.
Right. Well,
I will now self-destruct. No, joke. So, no, I don't say that.
Right.
I just started to shuffle around, looking like I need to be guided somewhere, and then I sort of walk out.
Well, yeah, that happens then. What you go?
Right, I go on back and try and link up with these two.
Yeah, you find them just down in the bushes. You guys saw this happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's in a sort of house, like I say, not too dissimilar to this one. Few people walking around. Nothing strange seems to be going on there. Yeah, what's your plan?
Well, I just tell them I've delivered the message and I've played back the recording.
Right, okay, so he wants to be free.
So they can see who he is and the way he's dressed.
He seems pretty crazy. Right, well, what are we going to do about this guy?
I think until he does anything that may harm or violate the life of another, he just wants to be free. And
well, we could provoke him to start making. I could help you to become a martyr in some way.
You see, I think he's all right. I'm going to defend the side that I feel is being oppressed. And if this guy wants to be free and there doesn't seem to be anything stopping him, then fine. But if he starts watermeloning people, then he's in trouble.
I mean, it's kind of difficult, isn't it? Because, I mean, you say oppressed. So you've got our friend Nicow, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's kind of, he's oppressed by his peers, which is, it's a pretty harsh situation to be in, I would imagine.
I mean, this Swareg, he didn't like threaten violence or anything. He was just like, I want to be a free man, and that would be generous of the corporation. But it's still kind of servile in the way he's saying that. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't sound like, a Koreshi sort of guy. Just more of a look, I'm doing this, and you know what? Just let us fucking do it. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do if you stop me. Maybe, well, I don't know. He is committed though. I mean, committable as well for wearing leaves, but he's wearing leaves.
Yeah, he wants to be a savage.
That's symbolic in itself of just, renouncing the corporation.
Yeah, you can see scattered around his house. There's lots of sort of what looks like equipment that's been smashed up and dismantled. And he's.
Oh shit! We don't want to hang around here, man.
Should we do a quick investigation?
Yeah.
Let's do a quick investigation of this dismantle stuff around here. See if we can figure out what he's actually up to. What's an investigation?
Yeah.
Building a warhead.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh, look at that!
Oh,
right.
I know exactly what's. Oh, that's a supreme success or whatever it is. Isn't it?
An exceptional success.
That's the one.
You do indeed. You recognise this. You've been spending quite a bit of time in today. Looks like he's taken you see the sort of net mechanisms. It's the sort of insides of one of them, amongst other things. I mean, there's other bits and pieces, but that sticks in your mind that it looks like he's basically somehow, or someone he knows, has dismantled the inside workings of one of these towers. Probably not the one that you've been working on, because obviously it was there for you to see, but maybe Tower 143 or 141 has had its net gathering equipment destroyed. And given an exceptional success, you realise that could mean that any space grabs that they tried to grab wouldn't be held in place.
Right.
It would be able to just sort of tear the net out of the socket, as it were.
Ooh, things are going to get interesting.
And these are powerful foes, aren't they, these space crabs?
There's definitely going to be people at risk here.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to go back and tell him that I know this. The corporation knows this. And see if that triggers him.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go
I
with
reckon
you.
that'll trigger him to disassemble me.
I'm going to go with you. In fact, shall we all go? Because I want to read his surface thoughts. If you want to speak to him...
I'm going to disassemble this guy.
Well, yeah, if you want to speak to him and just ask him, just say to him, like, people, what you're doing, people's lives may be in danger. How do you feel about that sort of thing? And I'll read his surface thoughts. It might turn out to be.
Well, what I can say is I can pretend that I've beamed the message up to the corporation, and they've beamed the message back to me now.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want to somehow establish whether or not he's a psycho, really. Whether he cares about the fact that anyone might be injured.
Okay. Do you want to stay behind S1?
Or do you want to come with and potentially,
be disassembled?
Let's all go, yeah.
I'm thinking I'll go down with you, but I don't know about being stood right next to you Maverick ways.
Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced by the Maverick ways either.
I'll sort of just hang around down there, yeah.
Yeah,
if there's a breach of the peace, I'm going to have to step in and do something, but Yeah, this politics and this behaviour. I mean, I'm with you definitely trying to find out his motives, because if he's evil, then he needs to be dealt with, because that's probably, our sign said bring light to the darkness.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that's fucking hell, yeah. You know what, that should be something we start every game with, reminding ourselves of that.
Yeah.
But the darkness could be the corporation,
Well, we don't know, do we? That's
but only by helping the corporation can we infiltrate them and bring light to them.
Well,
so like doing something for them here.
I say, if we speak to the guy and if we ask him, simple question, if we just say to him, I think what you're doing might put people's lives in danger. Are you sure you're doing the right thing? And then, if he sort of thinks to himself, couldn't give a fuck, then we know what kind of a person he is.
I wonder if we just send. Oh, how long is the range on your telepathy?
Let me just double check.
Yeah, that's a good point, really, because I could just go in and say, look, observation bots. The corporation has gathered data through observation bots.
That's what I'm thinking.
Other, who are not me. I'll make the point that I'm not.
Yeah. So you don't get dismantled.
It doesn't tear my head off.
I think if more than one of us go down.
I am the messenger. The old adage, "Don't shoot the messenger," should hopefully be at the forefront of people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's an old space saying.
Can you send a Crichton hand to do it?
He can only hear thoughts at the range he can normal conversation. It says.
Okay, can you send one of your Crichton spy hands down with my guy?
Oh, the Crichton spy hand.
Which
I could attach as an attractive codpiece.
Well, I've made you all. We've all got some of this utility belt, haven't we?
Yeah.
So if you just put my guy's sort of spying ear thing in or whatever in your utility belt.
Would that be enough to be able to do the telepathy thing?
Would that work?
Yeah. If you, like you say, made a kind of microphone and he could put it in one of his pouches and carry it down.
Okay. So do you think that will be all right for doing the? Well, it does say if I can, if it's.
If you
I hang it on the end of my protractable rod.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, I think if there's more than one of us, it could look a bit threatening or cause a bit of. Whereas if it is just, protocol droid S2 is just observation, you could do something dangerous. Well, then, if they dismantle him, then
I'm going down for the cause, man. For Nick Out's cause. it's the reason we're all here. Mm-hmm. The man, the legend. Okay.
Right, so you're going up again to him.
Yeah.
Roll your ass off as he turns to look at you. Oh, shit. Oh, no, actually. Right. Roll it again. What's the 10?
What were you rolling there, sorry?
To be honest, I mean, he's rolled an insane roll, so it would be very...
Oh, hang on. Sorry, what happened there? I missed that.
I immediately disquieted the guy as soon as he showed up.
No, I'm not too surprised, to be honest.
No,
he didn't. He saved insanely.
Yes, he made, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Wow. I'm never going to get any beats. Right. This is a message for Swarteg. Please confirm you are Swarteg.
I am.
Voice identification complete. The corporation has heard your message. Observations from our observation bots confirm that you are doing something that could put lives at risk.
Yeah, this is the point where I do my telepathy. So,
are you aware dismantling the towers is is bringing danger to your people, to the people on this island.
Are you
Message complete.
Ooh.
That's me telepathy roll. So I think that is contested. Oh, sorry. No, that should have been minus the subject's resolve if the subject is unwilling, which I dare say he is.
He is. Yes, he's not.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll do that again. I should really read before I do things. What's his resolve?
-2.
It's 4.
Oh, right, sorry.
So modifier -4. Oh,
Come on, G5. Know these things. Reroll.
I think I've said all I need to the corporation, and I think I've had just about enough of you as well. Lads, grab this guy. See if we.
Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
Right, roll your initiative.
Oh, we're initiatizing. How do we initiatize? Where's that?
I think you've got it's just 1d10 plus your initiative stat.
There's a button there somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
I've just pressed the button.
Where is it? Seriously, where is it? I can't see it.
It's right at the very top on the right. On your dice roller.
Oh, it's right at the very top, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of disguised.
Yeah.
Right. These guys are +5. Let me just make a crude note of that one. Right. So it would be G5, S2, them. Oh no, sorry. It's G5, then the blokes, then S2, S1. Right, so G5, you hear them say, grab this guy. So now bear in mind, you're going to be 1 health point down with your microphone.
I'm going to be what, sorry? Oh, yeah.
Spend the health.
There's a health point on my protractable rod.
There is, yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake.
I can
why did I let you talk me into it?
Doing combat.
Right, so I'm not actually in combat range. Right, so what I need to do is I need to stride up to this guy. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I need to stride up to this guy and
can I try and talk my way out of this a bit, rather than just repeating "Do not disassemble."
Well, before you do, I've got a thing that I'm going to try and do called scapegoat. So I've got this thing called scapegoat where if you, because you're very good at freaking people out, as far as I understand it, what scapegoat does is any amount of sort of like freaking out that goes on, this guy is going to be the target of all of that.
Right.
So it says, yeah, well, if it works. For the rest of the scene, the Promethean triggers disquiet normally. Oh, no, sorry, so it's just me. So I'll just have to try and freak people out. But
yeah, I've not freaked anybody out. Everyone keeps saving against me. You're the only person who freaks anybody out.
I've not freaked anyone out.
I've done freakish things, but people have just
I've not done freakish things. I'm a really nice guy.
No, anyway. I have, but not you. No, but I'm saying even for one trying, I can't freak people out.
But anyway, so this is my plan. So can I stride up to this guy? Am I within range to be able to walk up to this guy and tap him on the shoulder?
You could run up to him and sort of get their attention. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to actually be able to touch him. Is that all right? Yeah.
Yeah. What? Who's this?
What's his face?
Swarag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be an attack to get up there, and then next time you can touch him and do your thing.
I'll do that then. Yep.
Right.
I'll run up in this row.
Cool. Well, you've got S2. There's going to be 2 guys trying to grab you.
Actually, can I? Will it take another attack to be able to absorb my my little recording device thing or whatever it is? Is that an attack?
I'm not sure. It doesn't actually say. You could, I suppose, yeah, you could move and absorb it back into you.
Yeah, cool.
Reassembly. Yeah. So next round you'll be there on full health.
Excellent.
Right, two guys going for you. S2, one grabbing each arm.
They're going to pull in separate directions, man.
That's the plan. Have you got a defense there?
Mm-hmm.
Did you spend your points wisely?
What is it?
It's one.
Right, the first guy.
That's when you are fully aware of that fact. You just wanted me to state it out loud for the propeller head.
Well, I needed to know it, sorry.
Well, I could have whispered it to you.
Right, the first guy's got hold of you. And the second guy has also got hold of you. So you got two guys. The other one's pulling something out of his tunic. A silvery ray gun looking
Please
object.
don't rape me.
Right, S2.
Is it my go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Please note, raping or destroying this unit will prevent further negotiations between you and the corporation, and we will be forced to send a combat force. Please refrain from damaging this unit so further negotiations can take place.
S1, what are you doing?
I'm not moving anywhere near as fast as G5 into this thing. I'm gonna try, even though I haven't got it. I'm gonna try and sort of stealth a bit closer.
Right.
Let's have a look. So, wits and stealth, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do my old grass jib.
So, and that's B versus the wits and composure. Which is a fistful. Oh no, it's got one success. So you do you sneak up behind him. Well, yeah, you stealth behind him, and let me just see what Swareg's. Oh right, he's rolled the same as his friend, so that's nice and convenient. Right, so you're behind him, G5.
So yeah, I tap him on the shoulder and scapegoat him. So yeah, the Promethean is able to touch a person and make him the focus of her disquiet.
Just say something like the corporation is watching you.
Yeah. So it is a manipulation plus persuasion plus Azoth versus composure plus Azoth. So what's his composure plus Azoth?
His composure plus Azoth is he doesn't have any Azoth, but he has composure. He's got one success.
He's got one success, and I'm scapegoating. So if I roll that and then do -1, is that right? Is that how one does these things?
No, if you do your roll, then we'll see who gets the most successes.
Oh, I see. Right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Nothing happened. I'm going to try that again. There we go.
Badoosh.
Oh, that's a lot of success.
Badoosh.
Now, are you basically forcing disquiet? You know, by
No. So all I'm doing at this stage is I'm just making him the focus of any disquiet that I generate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you can, if you want, choose to just disquiet people by
Oh, can I?
show your disfigurements. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll do that
Do
then.
the thing, man. The corporation is watching you.
Well, what you need to sort of basically show your disfigurements. So in this, it's showing that you know, basically your nanobots and that,
Right.
which is immediately. Now, I should warn you, it's not the best thing to be doing in long term.
Oh, right. How so?
If you do it repeatedly, you could turn this place into a wasteland.
Oh, right.
Oh no, do that, man. I become sick in the wasteland.
Yeah.
I actually can do stuff.
Well, I'm certainly going to give it a go this one time.
Right, yeah.
Right, brilliant.
You
Now I
do-
know what I should be doing.
Right, he looks horrified, as does all the people around you.
Brilliant. But all of those people.
Yeah, they look. It's Swareg they're looking at, not you. Right, so they loosen their grips on you, S2,
Brilliant.
and you can see them stare at the leader, looking very.
Sorry, just to clarify, because that wasn't an exceptional success. Everyone but Swareg. If it was exceptional, even Swareg would think that he was the source of the disquiet. But it's not exceptional, so very good.
What's wrong, fellas? What are you looking at? You see him pulling faces at him. S2, you've had they've released their grip on you partially.
Okay. I grab my laser sword and say, the corporation has authorized me to use force, lethal force. Please step back.
Are you attacking anyone, or are you just?
No, I'm saying, sorry, to defend myself. I said, lethal force to defend myself.
Right. So are you? Give us. Oh, where's the footy sheet? Give us a presence and intimidation.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Oh. Character sheet. Presence and intimidation. Oh shit, my presence isn't great at all. I'm more of a composed person. I've probably fucked that up, really. I should have put my dots into presence, not composure. If I'm going to be a decent manipulator. I thought of more like the guy in the shadows, like whispering, you know, the bottom. Hey, the ring. But
that kind of robot.
the robot in the shadows, he just gets into people's heads. Right, sorry, what was it? Presence and
intimidation.
Oh, jeez, I've got nothing there. Right, this is not going to work. Yeah, it didn't work.
Well, they're not intimidated by you, but they are.
I was hoping to be persuaded. You know, it was. But yeah.
I've just realised something. Actually, it's a bit late in the game, but have we actually generated some pyros, however you want to
yes.
at any point today? We must have slept since the last time we.
You did well, yeah, and you slept near humans, so.
Oh, I might get rid of some of this damage that I'm carrying as well.
And we must have witnessed a sunrise.
Right.
Unless we weren't paying attention.
Have a quick look.
I like to think we always pay attention to the sunrise.
We were sailing towards the sun.
You will have done. Right, so every day at sunrise, you get 1 point. But when you... Right, no, it's when you sleep near your key element, which for you guys is sort of electricity and generators and that sort of stuff. So
I
yeah,
thought there was something about sleeping near humans, was there?
I thought there was as well, to be honest, but it's
Yeah, it was definitely. That's why we were going to bury ourselves in the sand and just stay there.
Yeah, like you say, I think the big one was near your element, but I thought there was also sleeping near humans as well. I don't know. What is it?
I think we've underestimated the potential of burying ourselves in the sand
right.
We might have overestimated it.
with this game.
Yeah, once per day, a Promethean regains a point of pirates if they spend an hour or more around humans. So
Right.
yeah,
So we generated 2 today.
yeah,
Okay. That's unfortunate.
and it takes 48 hours to heal any lethal damage. So you'll have healed any bashing damage that you had from last game, but you'll still have your lethal damage. So what are people on?
I've got one lethal damage.
I don't seem to have any damage.
Cool, and you're fine, AUS one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's fine and dandy, man.
Yeah.
He's mad to be fine and dandy.
Yep, I'm all good.
Cool. Well, it's your attack now, S1. You've snuck up. You can see that they're all now eyeballing the man Swareg. My guy's got his laser sword out.
In a non-threatening way.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait, man. I enter the waiting protocol to see where it goes next.
Waiting protocol, man. Don't go into waiting protocol.
Well,
Go
yeah, it's
into
like Boolean
stabbing
logic,
protocol.
isn't it? That's it. I switch on my Boolean logic machine. It's like an Andor generator where if people start shooting and chopping,
You'll right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if
Fair
we're
enough.
chilled,
Right. Well, actually, they don't. Let me just double check.
That's what I just remember when you were saying about like how long it takes for a computer to think. It's like the equivalent of 300 us taking 300 years. Is it? Yeah. Go on. Sorry, Jim.
So yeah, they all start eyeballing him, and what's wrong with you fellas? What's your problem? And yeah, they're only at stage 1 disquiet, which actually, let me read it out so you're familiar with what this means. So there are 3 stages to disquiet. So basically, I think this one is just that they're confused and a bit. Of course, it's not in alphabetical order. The victim is confused and annoyed by the Promethean's presence, or in this case, Swareg's. Swareg suffers a -2 penalty to all social rolls against the victim, and has to open a door in social maneuvering.
Go on, Suarez.
Yeah. So let's see. Come on, he's going to try and win. It's me, fellas. What's wrong with you? He's got. Oh shit! No, he was sorry, he was -2, isn't he? So that is. Oh right. Sorry, boss. This is all a bit, getting a bit serious now. Are you sure we should be going through with this? And they start having a debate. Again, they pretty much ignore you guys because, you're just robots.
Put me like my power saber away
and they start, sort of talking about how, yeah, I'm not sure this is a good idea, boss. The corporation, they've already on to us. What if they send
we should
more?
Leave.
I'm thinking maybe we should.
Just keep our microphones extended as we leave so we can listen.
Yeah.
But just sort of No, go on.
Are you doing that, or?
I want to hear what they've got to say.
Yeah. So you can hear
Go on,
that.
mister.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm just going to look busy. I'm just going to start like shuffling around with, you know,
No, don't
like...
shuffle, man. I can't hear what you're doing. Be shuffling.
What are
Well,
you
yeah.
doing, S2? What are you walking off, do you say?
I'm moving a bit closer to the door,
The door.
ready to engage escape protocol.
Right. What door are you talking about?
Are we outside?
Yes.
Right. That's even better. Then I'll go into like my guy, hibernation escape mode. I'm
Yeah.
ready to escape, but I'm listening.
I'm just looking busy. I think I've managed to do a reasonably good job of sort of like diverting attention away from me. So I'm just some random robot in the background. I think that's what I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah, well, like I say, they're all ignoring you anyway. Just saying to Suarez, you know, this isn't a good idea. He's like, come on, lads, you just carry on as we were. It'll all work out. By the end of today, we'll be an independent island. The corporation will have no control over us. And they all sort of wander off. But you can see the guys, they're not looking very happy, his men. Suarez gives you a kind of a look, S2, and then goes back in his house.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Right. Well, get yourselves each a beat for that.
I'm sensing that possibly wasn't a plan that you envisaged us carrying out.
That could have gone better. The annoying thing about that is, well, I mean, from my perspective, is ideally what would have happened there was I would have made him the scapegoat, and then the next move was to get one of the other guys to attack him. But I realised that I don't actually have enough Pyros to do that. So I just managed to confuse everyone. But never mind. Next time.
The thing is, I think we could have dented morale here quite significantly. If this group was planning something crazy, I think it's not going to be as successful as it could have been.
No, we've sown a certain amount of disquiet, I think.
But you know what? That might not be a bad thing. I'm using my logic generators here, and I'm thinking, okay, let's say we've weakened the position. It gives us a bit more play in how we can manipulate events, because if we see that he's going to go sick and do something we don't approve of, we'll attack him. And if he does something sick that we do approve of, at least we can throw in on his side and try and help.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't see there's any harm with the slight morale crushing that we've just done. I reckon we take that as a small victory and just...
Should we go and report? Should we go and tell Nick what we know as well?
Yeah, I think we should do that. Well, yeah,
that's our mission complete, isn't it? He was like, "You watch him carefully." Well, we did. I mean, we went very close, and we prompted him to basically spill the shit.
I think that's a good idea. Speak to Nick out. Let him know.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't we, when we speak to Nick, you do your telepathy thing, and we ask Nick some questions to see if we can reveal an evil streak in him.
Find out what he really wants.
Yeah,
right. One second.
To what's his face?
Because if he immediately says, "Oh right, I'm going to tell the corporation," but you get like the telepathy of, "Yes, and they'll get the death penalty," then or something like that. I don't know if that's how it works.
Maybe, although
I reckon Nick doesn't want things like that.
I'll do that. Yeah,
I mean, the way he handled me when I was being a bit of a out of character was, you know what I mean? He didn't start smashing me up with a wrench, did he? You know what I mean? I mean, maybe it's a more subtle evil than we know, but...
Well, no, I'm willing to use the telepathy on him. We'll find out. But I think he's a decent bloke. He's just misunderstood. And, you know, it's difficult when people don't understand you and you don't quite fit in. I can sympathise.
Yeah, let's find out.
but we'll find out for sure.
Are we getting back on our crab boat? I think that's the place I feel most at home.
Yeah.
I got some good memories of the crab boat. Right, so you're heading back to Tower 142, sorry, to speak to Nick Howard, tell him what you found out already. Yeah, you row yourself back. You climb up the ladder, get into there. You see he's busy, checking dials and that sort of thing. Oh, lads, you're back. How did it go? Find out anything interesting about our little friend, Swareg?
Playback. Ready.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. There you go, that's the best way to do it.
So do you want me to I'm going to play it back and you telepathy him?
Well, no, I think maybe we should ask him something. Well, you play it back first.
Okay, I'll play it back.
You see him watch. He's not that surprised. I mean, he didn't really say very much, Swareg, other than he wants, to be free. Oh yes, it's what he's willing to do to get that freedom that worries me.
What do you think? What do you think should happen to this guy? And then this is when I do my telepathy. So let me just remind myself what the telepathy was.
Is our friend there aware of whatever he's doing with the cable machine?
Yeah, we'll tell him about that.
Are you telling him about that?
Yeah.
Is that before or after the telepathy?
Actually, yes. Sorry, no. Tell him about that before.
As well as the playback, I fully brief him as well.
Oh shit!
Right.
I should have been spending points of willpower to do the telepathy.
Oh, right.
But yeah, now that I know.
Oh, this is what I mean. He's going to get somebody bloody killed.
So now I ask him, what would you like to do about him? And do the telepathy. And it is a minus the subject's resolve. Yeah.
Right.
So what's his resolve?
Just a 2.
So... Hey, 2 successes.
Yeah, he's worried. I mean, you pick up that he doesn't like Swareg, but he doesn't have too much ill feelings towards him. He's not like I want him dead and strangled or that. He just kind of wishes he'd piss off to another island on the other side of the moon or something. But yeah, he's worried that he's he's done some damage and it's going to get somebody killed, or get him in trouble with the corporation. But that's
obviously a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's you can tell him thinking there's no time to repair. It's gonna fall. Obviously the crabs need to be held and they're quite strong. I take it you told him about the chum ship as well. Yeah. That's clearly what the plan is to have that go near the crab and have it break through the nets, and then they're going to try and catch it. But yeah, if he's dismantled the mechanism, there's no way of holding the net in place. You'd need something of inhuman strength to hold it down. Hold it in place. I'll get one of my
inhuman strength, you say?
Yes, I'd get a robot to do it, but it'd probably tear it apart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
No normal robot could take that kind of punishment, I believe.
No normal robot. However, where is this place?
Well, it's going to be in one of the towers, I suppose. Let me get on the radio and check. He goes off and chats. He's like, yes, it's Tower 143. Their mechanism isn't responding. I bet he's emptied that, the bastard. Oh, God. What are we going to do?
Right, I'm gonna subtly just leave the place and make my way to 143. Got a job to do, a clear mind.
Yeah, don't worry, Nick. We'll take care of this. Oh, we'll do our best.
Listen, I know you're just robots, but I've become a little fond of you. Don't get yourself hurt. Those space crabs are dangerous creatures.
I believe so.
Well, I better get ready. Any moment now, the crabs could be coming. Right, so how are you getting to 143? Crab
Can we
boat?
borrow a pod? Can we
I
borrow a
think
pod,
crab
Nick?
shell boat and then walk. I'm taking in the mechanisms damaged at the bottom where the crabs would be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Sorry. You know this ability I've got, Parker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't got it because I paid no attention to the obvious prerequisites. And since I actually, my robot's been designed for charm and subterfuge and understanding understanding people, I would need to spend 2 points on something probably that works more with that.
Should we have a break there then? You have a look what you're going to pick.
Okay, thank
I'll
you.
have a quick bite to eat, and we'll reconvene at 10.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
yeah.